Hello, I'm Risha Borwa. I'm from Guwahati, Assam. I'm working in the education sector. One of the major reasons for me working in this sector is because I myself hated going to school when I was a child. I hated being in classrooms, listening to teachers telling me what to do, and especially being told not to say anything, to sit quietly. That is one thing which I hated the most. As I grew older, I started developing, not developing, I started exploring different schools. I knew for a fact that there had to be schools where the teaching was happening, but not in a fashion where children were just made to sit and rote learn. There has to be different forms of learning happening. Also, while working in different organizations like Azim Premji Foundation and while working with Northeast Technical Education Society, I started exploring ideas of how fear-free environment enhance children's ability to express themselves. We have 3 components in the library program. We work we conduct library sessions in government schools. We have opened a community library, and we are planning to have community outreach programs in rural areas in Assam. Presently, we are working with one specific government school, and in that specific government school, we have library sessions with children of classes 6 to 8, and we have in the community library, which is open actually recently this month itself. The community library is basically, there we have a collection of age appropriate and interest appropriate books for children as well as youth, and there basically we are looking at it as a place where they can come and work with their head, heart and hand, because we have a socio-cultural understanding of reading. We want our library program to reflect that, and in order for our library program to reflect that, we have built our library sessions in such a manner that it enables the child to think critically. Our understanding of reading is reflected in our reading curriculum, mainly picture books for children, and it also contains library session programs which are accompanied by specific pedagogical tools and TLMs. When we speak to our stakeholders, to schools, to headmasters, to principals, to people who work in the library space, librarians, to educators, to teachers, and we find that our notion of library is very different from theirs. Most of people still have that particular notion of library where libraries are supposed to be quiet places where children shouldn't have access to books, or they shouldn't be talking or interacting with one another. Whereas our notion of library is much different. We believe that in order for a child to engage with books, there has to be some kind of interaction happening with them. There has to be conversation about books, about characters on books. The child has to be able to engage with a book, not just by reading it, but by talking about it also. I think there has been a difficulty in maybe in explaining the vision of a library, our vision of a library, to our stakeholders. This is, I think, is the only program which allows funding, funding organization, or not, I won't call it a funding organization. This is the only program which offers support, financial support, with a hint of flexibility. I mean, I have applied, in fact I had applied to quite a few programs which fund so-called these, I don't know why they are called as incubators and startups, because I don't think NGOs can be incubators or startups. I had applied to quite a few of them, and all of them got rejected, because I know for a fact that our organization doesn't fulfill the criteria. We are not looking at scaling up. We are working at a very small intervention, and I thought the seeding program would be the right fit for it.